darlings. How are you? I am recovering from the most stunning weekend with you beautiful people at MBS and at Olympia, London, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. It was just the most incredible time. I swooped up those hugs. I was just loving every minute. The gifts, I've even got one on now. I just literally sat in the energy and adored every minute of it. But there's a reality to this, and this again is awareness for people with chronic illness. I have ME, chronic fatigue syndrome, or my body is dealing with, I don't want to own it, and fibromyalgia. So it's now, how many days on? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. So this is 6 days after, and I'm still absolutely floored. My body doesn't want to work. Every inch of me is in pain. And believe me when I tell you, I have tried every holistic approach in the book in the last 12 years since my road accident. It's exacerbated by really severe food poisoning that I got in Cape Verde. Thanks for that, Tui. And when your gut health is not right, then the rest of your body follows. So the problem with that is that, again, I've tried every probiotic, I've tried every approach for gut health, and for some reason it's not going to happen. So that's what you're going to ask. You're going to ask a few questions there, aren't you? Number one, why haven't the angels healed you? And I've said this before, you know, I was catatonic in bed, 5 years, wheelchair bound, incontinent. Sometimes my eye wouldn't work. I was horrific. So I've come on so far from that time, even though the doctors told me that the prognosis was I would never change, I would never improve, I would never be able to walk, blah, 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 blah. So it's very, very interesting how we allow words and energy to affect us. Because if I'd actually taken on board that energy, you know, when people get diagnosed with something horrific, like terminal illnesses and things like that, the impact of those words hitting someone can create almost an effect of them going into that environment of what the doctors told them they've got. And so the one thing that the Angel Realms did teach me during that time, it's all in my book, Me, Myself and I, it's not a plug, it's just all in there. I literally was told by the angels to not take on board what other humans say to you. So this is also covering a whole scope of things, isn't it? Scope of things where you are told things by people, you're conditioned by people. Some of you may be conditioned since childhood. And so we have to work through those barriers of what people have told us and how they affect us. And so I desperately wanted to speak to you all, but because my body's not playing ball, I thought I'm just going to let it flow. And Catherine is with me at the moment, so I think she wants to tell you some things in a minute. And that's why I pressed the button, because I thought, you know what, I'll share it with you, because hopefully this will help people that find themselves being flummoxed by their body and mind. So the angel realms have got me to a certain stage, but I have no idea what this next part is. I know that I have signed up to be a pioneer, to go through all of these sorts of things, to then show you how I cope with them and help you through. I feel that because of certain things that have been introduced to our bodies throughout our lifetimes, that there is a pandemic of chronic fatigue and chronic pain, which isn't really being looked at. It's also become more prevalent since a certain medical thing was administered. I won't say anything more, otherwise I'll get banned. So perhaps I'm here to help you get through it, heal it, and eventually perhaps I might be completely fit. I might be completely pain-free and never have exhaustion. But why I sit in this energy, it gives me the impetus, the motivation to show the reality of this and how to get through it. And number 2 is have you tried? Yes, I've tried everything. Thank you so much for talking about Anthony Williams. I tried his protocol for over a year. Unfortunately, it really didn't help me. If anything, it made my guts worse because, you know, it's celery based, isn't it? The main protocol, and it ended up creating a problem. But that's just me. Some people I know have had amazing results, so please try absolutely anybody and everything that shows good results in thousands of other people, you know, but for some reason it ain't having it with me. That's fine, that's fine, that's okay. And so I have learned over the years that your mental state of being, your soul state of being, is the most important part, because if you lose that, then you really are in a predicament of sitting in whatever condition you've been told you have. I did do Joe Dispenza's placebo that was over a year as well, and I have to say I think that did knock me up a stage to feeling a lot better. But again, my old friend came back. I call it a friend because it's not accepting and surrendering and giving up and becoming a victim. It's accepting that you're doing your best. And this is with any situation you find yourself in. You're doing your best, but it's just not happening yet, you know? So, you know, I find myself sometimes sitting there and then my thought process starts to spiral, and this is where you need to stop. Your thought process can spiral into, what am I going to do? What shall I do? Is it worth doing this? Is it worth doing that? Shall I sit back? And then your monkey mind starts to create panic and anxiety within you because you realise that you're not working on full throttle. So this is the instance to stop the mind monkeys. It's the most important thing to do, and have a distraction. As you know, I do a very, very romantic. Let's see what I mean. My vocabulary is just completely going on its own trip of its own. So you'd have to bear with me on that. And I laugh at it, you know. I used to sit and rock and cry and want to die, and just dreamt of suicide every day, and in the, you know, the early days, and it's like, well, where's that going to get you? You either go home or you don't. You either sink or you swim. So I decided to swim, and it got me to those beautiful events, GSIC at Eastbourne and the MBS at Olympia, where I literally bathed in all of that glorious energy of love, respect and beautiful like-minded souls, and then I knew that I would end up having to pay for it. So I am. So what? So it gives me time to do my puzzles, my online puzzles, get my essential oils on, get my tens and whatever it's called machine on. And I literally just honour my body rather than start feeling anxious, overthink things and allow my mind to take over a process that could lead to emotion and behaviour. So I will not endeavour to allow that monkey mind to take over and I'm just putting putting essential on now. I won't allow it to take over how I'm going to be for the day. And so, you know my old analogy. He loves his analogies, Juliana's. You know, you either choose the desert or the oasis. And so I choose the oasis. So whilst I'm in a state of not being, you know, up and about and running around, running, it's a bit of a push to be fair. But I just literally sit in the oasis and sit in the shade by the sparkling water, and I think, right, okay, I've got to rest. It's that simple. It's easier for me because I don't have children, you know, I haven't got to get up for a job. How you do it, you parents and beautiful people that have got jobs and have to force yourself through, I honour you. But I literally had to surrender in the end, and I lost everything. So what? I found it all again. Just got a roof over my head, you know. I trusted the angels implicitly. So you've got to find a balance of faith and reality. The reality is, what can you do to keep going? Do you have to do any fool's journey, 0 in the tarot card, any leaps of faith to say, right, well, I need to stop this to honour my body, and I know that the money or the stability will come. So it's a big test of faith, and I have that. I have absolutely no worries or anxiety about where, when, how, or who, because I know that I'm held in the arms of the angels, my spirit world, lovelies, the ancestors, my ancestors, and the universe has got me. And that's what served me throughout this whole time. And this is something that perhaps you might want to think about if you're finding yourself in a calamity. You know, you find yourself in a chaotic way of being. Handing it over to a higher power, even if, you know, you have different belief systems watching this, you have different deities, whatever your higher power, whatever you attune to, call them in. Ask them. By the way, they're not orbs, they're blinking flies. It's quite a lot of flies here. I'm right by the sea, where I'm staying. Literally, I could walk to it now in 3 seconds. And it's, you've got the mud flats as well, so I assume that's why there's a couple of flies in the room. But they're okay, they're welcome, they have their job. Don't you, darlings? Honour every living sentient being on the planet. I can't even swat them. Seriously, I've turned into this like angelic I've never been able to do it. Can't kill anything. And obviously you can see this is a massive digression, and you know, people with invisible illnesses get to a stage where they don't need to justify or talk about what's wrong with them, because the people that don't understand don't listen. And you know, when I digress, it's another part of brain fog. And you know, you get people say, oh, get on with it. What they're not looking through is the fact that you are fighting with conditions that stop you creating thought processes. And when I suddenly speak with ease and eloquence, that's because I have someone showing me the words and almost taking over some part of my brain structure to bring that vocabulary through. And as always, every time I talk, there is an Amazon delivery. Yes, there is. They literally have headphones on, right? And they say, hang on a minute, Nikki's doing a video. Go, 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 go. And then they knock on the door. Oh, for goodness sake. So I can't even remember where I was at there. And that's the other thing, it's the memory. But you just got to just say, okay, it's fine. It's not worth getting upset about. It's not worth, you know, going into some form of wormhole where you just sit and think, my life's rubbish, I'm always in pain, I'm always knackered, I'm always this, I'm always that. Because that kind of takes you into a whole world of pain, emotional pain, you know. And we have a time now where our consciousness is being lifted. And with this raise of consciousness, there can be a few settlement periods going on within your body and your personal life, to do with movement, letting go, saying goodbye to certain people, situations, places, and you have to embrace it and go with the change and honour your body, and also own the boundaries around how you're feeling. So when you are completely knackered or in pain and someone says, oh, are you still coming here? Are you still doing that? I used to, as a people pleaser, say yes. And now I say, no, you can by all means come and sit with me while I lay here and watch some wonderful box sets, if I can even concentrate on that. Sometimes the level of acknowledgement is you can't even watch something and take it in because you're so tired, your body's just keeping you alive, that's all it can do. So if there's people willing to just sit and be, that's lovely. But honour it and honour your boundaries. That's another thing to do, whatever situation you find yourself in. And this is even if you're having a bad day, you know. I have to say I've been doing some wonderful protocols that Paul McKenna's taught. And I'd like to share this one with you because I did wake up thinking, it's a beautiful day out there. It's about 26 degrees out there. And I'm like, the beach is like 30 seconds away. Well, 3 really as the crow flies. And I thought, I haven't even got the energy to walk down there. And I just nearly went into that boom, feel sorry for yourself. And so I do this and I want to share it with you. This can be for when you're feeling stressed, something's happened that isn't great, or you just have had something happen that is so frustrating, you know, can't get through to someone, can't get a bill paid, or something unfair's happened, or you're feeling unwell, or your mind's starting to say, oh, it's a crap day, I think I might go down into the crap pool of crapness and make you feel even more crap. Okay, so this is a very quick exercise for you to do, and it really works. You can feel the adrenaline surge through you when you do it. So first of all, please close your eyes. Just take a couple of relaxed breaths. One of my back therapists says it's the ragdoll situation. Just let everything flop. Just let it flop. Let your shoulders droop. Just drop everything. No pressure on anything to hold it up. Just do that lovely sigh. And with every exhale, just flop. See, all these modalities that I'm showing you come from all different therapists I've been to, and physiotherapist, osteo, whatever, I can't even think of the word, ME, and I bring them all together. So let's just flop, just stop. So obviously, if you're listening to this somewhere, well, you shouldn't be flopping, obviously don't do it. Try it again later on when it's safe to do so. And then what I want you to do in your mind, it doesn't matter if you can't create visualization, we all can. I can show you another exercise for that. But this is you just thinking back or thinking to a situation, a place, a person that made you feel absolutely superb. Absolutely brilliant. A really happy memory. Take yourself now to a place that made you feel amazing. Person that made you feel amazing, whatever the memory is, take yourself to it now. Feel the vibrance of it. Feel how you felt at that moment. Feel how your heart raced, or you felt adrenaline or tingles of pleasure. Can you remember what you were wearing, what the places you're in? Make it more colourful, more vibrant. Just keep going, and remember the excitement, remember the laughter, remember the smiles, remember who is with you. Feel the love, feel the excitement, feel all that colour around you, feel all of the beautiful signals that your body gives you when you're in pleasure, when you're happy, when you're doing something celebratory, successful. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Have it in your mind. Start to feel it in your body. Be in that moment. Stand in your body and be that person, that moment in time that made you feel so good. And then what I want you to do is get your middle finger and press it to your thumb and hold it tight. Hold it tight. Create that pressure point of happiness, success, celebration, whatever it may be, having your baby, wedding, whatever it is. Hold it, and keep your finger strongly connected to your thumb. Feel the vibration of that happiness, that euphoria, the joy. Feel it all within you. How happy you were, how vibrant everything is. Feel it and push it into that thumb finger. Wow, it was just so amazing. It was so incredible. I was so happy. Everything was so brilliant. It was just the most wonderful time, the most wonderful experience, the most wonderful day. Feel it, breathe it, see it, know it. And then, after a couple of seconds, take your thumb and finger away from each other. Every time now that you have any time that you feel not great, or there's something going on that's brought you down, all you have to do is close your eyes, take a breath, push that back, and the memory of where you were will activate that particular pressure point, and you will feel that point in time that made you feel brilliant. So I regularly practice this. I regularly create my happy time, and I create the pressure, and now when I do it, I get like an adrenaline rush and I feel really happy. It's amazing, isn't it? Don't ask me how it works. It's Paul McKenna technique. Oh look, that's what you do. Do you know, that looks like one of those, when you do a shadow thing? See, it just makes you feel, yes, that particular pressure point does something that creates that memory, what you've literally planted in that, come back and recreate itself. Give it a go and keep practicing. It really does work. It really does work. So when you find yourself, and it doesn't have to be illness, it doesn't have to be any sort of physical thing. It could be a mental thing, or it could be just you're having a bad day, or you just had you know, those days where everything goes wrong, you're like, come on now. You know, these are the moments to just sit in your power, sit in your energy, and just think, does it really matter? Sit with yourself, journal it out, write it all out. I put on my angel music. There's a lovely one called Metatron on Spotify, and I love that music, and I have that playing in the background. And I create an ambient space, a sanctuary of peace and love, and I just feel revived. I feel like I'm sitting in a power of calm and happiness and contentment, and that's how I'm getting through all this. You know, I reach out and try and find everything I can to help myself, and not only that, being open to the angel realms and to the other layers of frequency that are out there. There's a plane going over, sorry about that. Then they will draw me to a certain thing, person, product, whatever it is, and they inspire me as well. So when you open up to the angel realms, when you start regularly connecting with them through meditation or just speech, voice in nature, they'll start saying, do this, do that. And you go, okay, then I'll do that. So despite my body not catching up with my intentions and my passion to move forward, that's okay, because my mind and soul are already there. My mind and soul are already going down the gym, doing 100 lengths and going out having a nice lunch with the girls. But my body's like, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. I'm like, that's fine, but at some point you're going to have to catch up. And I feel that's how the healing begins. You know, you've got to think about the trauma your body's been exposed to and how many years it's going to have to take you to reverse that. So as I'm seeing it, I'm recovering, I'm healing. So I now change my vocabulary. Vocabulary is a very powerful thing. It can talk us into hypnosis. It can scare us. As we spoke earlier, the shock of someone telling you you've got a certain disease or problem hurts you, that the vibration of the throat chakra and what people say to you and what you're exposed to is a very powerful thing. So be mindful of what you say. So earlier on, I said, I have, la la la, and I thought, well, no, I need to disassociate myself from that. So I've started to teach myself to say, I'm recovering from this condition, because I don't want to deny it, because I want people out there who have got these conditions to get that I've got it as well, and that I understand it, and this is how I'm helping myself get through it. And this is why I think me, myself, and I became such a quick bestseller, because there's so many of us sitting out there alone, not being supported by, you know, medical systems, by society. And that's a shame. So how do we do it? We have to just do our own DIY guide to how to negotiate chronic conditions. And that's how I do it. So I sit in bliss and happiness, contentment, peace. I have no negative energies going around. But just now and then when you think, oh, come on, I've got to go and do this, that's when that opening can come, where you can go down the wormhole of getting the ump, getting into victim mode. Why me? Why have I got this? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Snip it off before it even starts. I promise you, it will serve you so much better with mental health and a feeling of well-being. And I kind of look at the condition I'm recovering from. See, I did do it. I kind of look at it as having a little child that I'm like, well, what do you want now? How are you? What can I do to help you? And then I just honour it. And I don't fight against it. But don't get me wrong, some of you beautiful people out there have to fight certain things because you have to. You've got to take the kids to school. You know, you've got to go to work. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. And I totally honour that. But you've got to spend more time having me time, delegating and putting your foot down when you absolutely can't do any more. And as I said, the more balanced your mind is, your thought process is, it won't lead to the emotions, behaviour and feelings. You know, let's face it, I've done this exercise before. When you think of something wonderful and you feel great, and then you think of something ick, and you think, and your body responds to your thought process of what you're creating in your mind. So you have to be very careful of your thought processes, without a doubt. I'm still drinking yarrow tea. It's hard to find yarrow without the yarrow root, but I'm told that it's the same effect. If you remember, I went into my healing pool of Atlantis. I shared it with you. And the sentients went to the fauna in the forest, which is in Atlantis, and they brought back the formula I needed for that time and space. And it was yarrow tea. Do you remember that, tribe? And I was like, wow. And it's just, it's like my golden elixir. It was even golden when I drank it in the pool. I didn't know it was golden colour. But just by opening your energy and your meditation space to what they want to show you, they can bring you what you need. You know, whatever way it is. I do it through doing the healing pool of Atlantis meditation, and I just think, right, what do I need? It's a lazy way, I suppose. Just do my meditation, lay back, go, right, what do I need? Right, I'll order it. Right, do you know what I mean? But other ways is to sit, and the more you sit in your energy, connect with your guides, connect with your ancestors, you will be told what you need to do, what you need to take, because we've all got different bodies. And so all these people, oh yeah, I did really well on that. And I'm like, I really sucked with that. I think the worst one, someone said, try ashwagandha. I try everything everybody ever tells me, right? But I'm going to try that. Oh my goodness. My body rejected it so badly. It was ridiculous. I just was vomiting. It was just horrific. So, you know, you have to try these things. If they don't work, that's fine. If they do, absolutely fantastic. But the one thing I've held on to that does work for me 100% is connection to the higher realms, allowing them to carry me forward and inspire me on what to do to help myself, and sit in my body, sit in my power and listen to what I need. Don't allow the emotions and the thought processes to take over your situation and make it worse. You know? So, you know, I at the moment, I thought I could sit here and just have a quick link up, see what's going on in the world. Can't do it. It's just, no, you're not doing that today. You're resting. Catherine is in the background. I don't know what she's cooking up. She's in her crone energy. So that always means that she's going to be cooking up an elixir for me in my little hut in the woods. I've taken you there before, do you remember? So no doubt she's going to show me what she's put in there. And then if there's anything that I haven't got that's in that elixir, you know, because remember, everything of this earth is here to help cure and heal us. Certain bodies, though, take it away from us so that we have to pay for what we give them. So it'd be interesting to see if there's any different ingredients in what she's cooking up there. I always know it's something for the soul or something for me because, as I say, she's in a crone imagery and she's in her hut and she's like making something for me, bless her heart. It was really weird when I first saw her because she's always been this young, beautiful, stunning Celtic woman with this like beautiful cloak, this black velvet cloak. And she's just beautiful. And then when I walked in and saw this crone, I'm thinking, that's a bit weird. You've aged a bit, love. I think you need a bit of moisturiser. And she just showed me herself older when she obviously escaped the witch inquisitions because she was still doing her elixirs and her little potions for the local village. So it was wonderful to see her at an older stage of her life. I adore her. She's come in a lot, isn't she? She comes in just as much as Juliana's does now. I don't know where Khan is, my healing one. He's just, I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him like in my mind or felt his energy for a while. But no doubt, if I call upon him, he'll be here and you can do that. I'm not doing anything here that you can't do. I promise you. And when this goes out, I would assume you may have seen some of my workshop footage from the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival. And, you know, the same underlying message is threaded through all of them. And that is, you can all be part of the universe. You can all create and do what I do. You don't have to be anybody special at all. It's all within us. We're all part of it. Every living, breathing thing that is matter on this planet is connected to us and we're connected to it. Do you know, when I was a kid, I used to sit and hone my energy on an object, knowing that I could move it and manipulate it. And sometimes if it did move or drop, it would scare me because I was only little, but I knew I could do that. I knew my mind could create connections with other minds. I knew that my mind could move matter on this planet. And I mostly was about 5 then, 6, and I used to sit there for ages just concentrating on something, knowing that I should be able to move it because I know that, I can do that. So obviously got memories from my last time back home. And so I'm going to start having a little go at that again soon, see if my energy's now got to a stage where I can manipulate energy. Because, you know, we can bend winds, elements, we can do anything, but we've just been so suppressed over thousands and thousands, millions of years that we've lost our original power. Shame, innit? So this was just going to be a press the button and I just blur. So I don't know if it's going to benefit you or not, this video, but you know, keeping it real, it kind of created itself over the years where people kept saying, oh, you keep it real, you keep it real. And I'm just showing you that I'm exhausted. No, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm recovering from exhaustion and recovering from the pain and from a wonderful event. And that's okay. I can hear the wind chimes, I can hear the sea, and I am well inside. I also, every time I think of it, this is another one, is every time I think of perhaps me not feeling great, or I'm like, oh, blimey, then, or even if I've just got 5 seconds of not thinking anything, I hold my hand to my chakra point. I am well, I am well, I am well. I am loving myself. I am loving myself. I am loving myself. I am loving myself. Do it as much as you want. Say it as much as you want, and then just come away, and that gives you another boost. These simple things will retrain your brain to connect with positivity and love and happiness and excitement. So powerful, and it really does work. Look how I've been. I should be on the floor with what I've been through. Inside I'm not. My body might say different, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. Prism living is a concept that I came up with, or the angels did, to be fair, and the guides. It's a concept that came up when I was laying in bed for those 5 years. If you know my story, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. During that time, I was given so many tools to deal with everything that was going on, from dealing with crisis, dealing with depression, dealing with mental health, dealing with spiritual crisis. Everything that I thought I'd lost, they kind of brought it all back and some. And I decided after a while, do you know what? I need to share this with other people. This will give you the foundations for you to be on a spiritual path. It could take you to psychic development. It can take you to discovering your inner child and you. And lots of people say, I know who I am. Do you? Do you know what you want? Do you know why and how you're living the way you are? If you want to make those changes, this is definitely the course for you. You don't have to be psychic. You don't have to be spiritual. You literally have to have an open heart to be willing to say, I want to change. I want to see what this is all about, and go for it. There are so many brilliant exercises and great things to do to give you everything you need to get yourself on that spiritual world of abundance. You will attract new people in. You will attract new opportunities. You will learn how to manifest. You'll learn how the angels work with you. You'll start noticing the synchronicities and signs that come in the most miraculous ways. Positivity and your mindset is the most hugest key to your way of being whilst you're on this earth plane. Grounding and being in nature. I keep saying it. Grounding and in nature, just sitting there. Feet planted on the grass, wherever you may be, or the sand, or, you know, the woodland, whatever it is, and just stopping. Just stop. We're all on a whirlwind of got to be here, got to do this, got to do that. Just stop and take it in. How am I? What do I need to change? Is there anybody in my life I need to embrace or, you know, come away from? Check in on yourselves, darlings. Check in on yourselves. Ask your inner child. I know I've done this before, but it's so important. And yet, you know, perhaps people miss those videos because I get the same emails. What should I do? How can I do this? And it's like, I've already said it. I've said it in the video. And it's being at peace and everything's okay no matter what is hitting you. And my goodness, if you're watching this, you're an old soul. So you've signed up for a pretty tough ride this time round. So these are just tiny little things that you can do without massive energy or effort. I'm well, I'm well, I'm well. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Or any positive affirmations, pushing into the heart chakra space. It changes you. It really does work. And then you're like, right, I can deal with this because it's going to happen anyway, isn't it? No matter what's happening in your life, it's going to happen unless you've attracted it. So are you can walk through it like that, or you can walk through it and go, I've got this. It's absolutely pants, but I've got this. I feel stronger. I feel more able, and I can do this. It's like now I'm struggling to keep my eyes open. I am struggling to keep my eyes open. So what do you do with that? Do you force it, or do I just think, I'm going to put on a beautiful meditation, or I'm going to put on my favourite angel music. I'm going to allow myself to smell my amber. Thank you very much, Christina. This is just a spray amber. I need to get some more of this. Put my spray amber on. Embrace that. My favourite crystal at the moment is my orca crystal, and I've left it upstairs because I didn't even think I was going to do this. Catherine said, speak to them. Speak to them. So that's what I'm doing. That orca crystal, there's something about that. It's just, because it resonates with the C frequency, it's my new favourite one. You might have seen it in a previous video. It literally looks like an orca wow. It's an agate. It comes from the agate family. And oh my God. So I'll have that on my heart chakra, and I'll lay down and I'll rest. And but I've got kids. I've got this. And you delegate, and you say to anybody, your husband or whoever, you take the kids. I need to rest right now. I need to own it. Or get caring, helping, ask for help, reach out to your communities. A lot of people find themselves alone. You know, I'm so lucky that I have the best friends ever. They're always there, always checking on me, and will do anything for me. And I'm just so grateful for that. But I've attracted that to a certain extent. I don't mean that in a convoluted way, but my way of being, not me personally, has attracted an energy to come in and be mindful of how I am, the same as I am with them, right? So if you're sitting there angry, bitter, sad, resentful of what position you find yourself in, you're not going to attract that in. Does that make sense? You perhaps might attract other bitter, resentful people that will sit and moan with you and draw your energy even deeper into this abyss of F-ness, fluffness. Abyss of fluffness, I love it. And I do, you know, I do. It's like a warning comes on, and I don't know if my lot have done it, but it's like I say, what in the Archangel Michael am I doing sitting in like this? This isn't fair, this isn't right. I'm supposed to be out there, you know, showing people about the angel realms, and we're going into this section, boo! And this exclamation mark comes at me and goes, stop right there, now. I go, okay, go into your well-being. Buzz that, wah! See, it works. I've been working this, and it really does work. So I'm back in my happy place. I am well, I am well, I am well. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Boom. And this will attract everything you need in your life. Seriously, Amazon delivery number 2. It's my niece's birthday on next week. And so I thought, oh my goodness, I need to start ordering. So that's what about. Isn't Nikki is on video. She has pressed the button. Let's knock on the door now. Sorry about that. So the exclamation mark comes in, and you stop it and you do the affirmations. You create that sanctuary environment around you, and do that. And by keeping in this vibration of positivity, you will attract people in that want to help. Because the biggest thing that I had to get over, as you'll know if you've read my book, Me, Myself and I, was asking for help. I just sat in my own misery. I sat in my own misery for a couple of years, just fantasizing about suicide. And then I'm not going to give you the spoilers, but then something changed, and the miracles started. And they were miracles. They are miracles. People look for miracles every day. The miracle is me sitting here now. Look at what I've created, from being homeless to a roof over my head and being able to attend these wonderful places, being surrounded by love, because I give out nothing but love. I won't have anybody invade my energy. I won't have anybody disrespect my way of being. I won't put up with it anymore. I used to, people please, and I used to reflect it back on myself because I felt that I was the problem. I was the person that created it. What did I do wrong? How did I upset them? I don't do that anymore. I call it, I was speaking to my friend the other day, I call it my noted bank. I watch a certain person's behaviour if I don't know them very well. I have a little look into their energy. I note their vocabulary, their language, and their attitude towards my soul. Namaste. And then if there's anything that sets off a red flag, I put it into my noted bank, and I think, right, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and this is what you should be doing. And then if anything happens from there that backs up what I felt, saw, or there's a continual type of behaviour, that's it, they're done. They're not in my space anymore. Don't care who they are. They're not in my space anymore, because I will not put up with it. I will not put up with it. And again, this is going to be I said this in the last video, this is going to be a big part of where we find ourselves at the moment with the awakening taking place. We will be exposed to the reality of someone or a situation really quickly. And so you'll see it, it'll be in your front of your face, normally with karmic ties involved. Remember when Juliana said, I was going to say garlic then. Isn't it weird how this mind works with this condition? Garlic. It's like, keep the vampires away. Yeah, that's right, Catherine. Energy vampires. As soon as you know someone's draining you or not making you feel good about yourself, you got to distance yourself. It's that simple. And it's their problem then. They can say what they want to you, but it's their issue. They've got to sit in that energy. The karmic ties have ended so that we can be alert and allow the tides of karma to literally coming so swiftly, it's ridiculous. So you just say, for instance, I hate littering. One of my biggest things, hurting Mother Gaia by littering, it's another thing that I can't stand. So it's just like, for instance, as an analogy, because I haven't got a good Julianus one, because I don't know where he is at the moment, but he's not here. And you're walking along and you drop a crisp packet on the floor, right? You get home and then you find someone's thrown a beer can in your garden. It's that swift, right? And so we are being shown very quickly, just so we can get on with the awakening and get on with what we're supposed to be doing, situations, people that don't serve us, that are not right for us, okay? And I literally go now, right, I felt it, I sensed it, I've had the red flag, they've done it, they can now fluff off. It's that simple. Done. Okay, what do I need to be doing? I need to be concentrating on what else I need to do to help humanity during this awakening phase of the most perfect, wonderful time on the planet that's ever transpired. So you'll be shown it really quickly. The one thing you can't do, because you'll be doing your affirmations and staying in this strong energy of personal power, it's not, what did I say? Did I say anything wrong? Did I do anything? I don't even think that anymore. Obviously, if there's something, I've done that's triggered someone, then I'd apologise. I think, wow, I did that, which is very rare. Well, it don't actually happen. Because none of it's intentional. But if someone is triggered by it, or someone kind of turns words into their own little world of how they've perceived it, then that's unfortunately their issue to work out. Does that make sense? So don't put it on yourself if something goes wrong or something happens. It's thank you, universe, for showing me that needs to be cleared from my energy because I'm moving forward. That's how quick it's going to be. it's like when you're up in the spirit world, now and then when I go up there without you, I know I'm a cheater. I'm a cheater, I tell you. I cheat on you and go up there. Sometimes, you know, just at night when I'm just about to fall asleep, I go up and go and see Darren, and I pop up and see whoever's about. And 'cause he's bloody lazy, I have to go up there, Darren, just saying. Show me signs. I know you show me signs, but sometimes you could pop down. Just going to put that out there. And I go up there and I remember the reality of connecting with other spirit beings in the spirit world. So as soon as you hit them, every single thing that is on their soul energy, their soul knowledge, all the hundreds, thousands of years, you can download it within seconds. Well, it's not even seconds, it's quicker than that. So you've got this reality, this transparency of the soul in front of you. And that's what I feel that we are going towards now, that, you know, past all the ego, the personality, the fakeness, and God knows what goes on around, you know, people's humans with their ego systems. We're zooming in, we're reading it, we're thinking, noted bank, and then their behaviour or action or something they will do will back that up. Thank you, for universe, for bringing that, as opposed to, oh, why did it happen again? Why did I date someone that was like an a-hole? Why did this happen? You know, and it's, rather than, you know, kind of push it back on yourself, thank the universe for showing you that that was not the right person for you, and they did it quicker than they ever would. You could invest 5 years with someone and then it all goes wrong. They're doing it this quick. The ramifications of your karma and their karma is quicker than it's ever been on this planet. And it's beautiful and it's great because all the BS is out the window now. You just think, you're wrong and thank you, off you pop. Oh, that situation isn't right, that job isn't right. They've shown their true colours, done. It's very impressive. I've seen it start working and it's like, wow, thank you very much, you know. It just makes me smile. I just love it. And I don't carry it. You don't carry it. Don't look into it, you know. Some things you do have to. Thank you, Catherine. She's just shown me the judgment card. And yes, perhaps we do, if there are situations that have taken place where you think, then you can spend 10 minutes in nature or wherever you be in a peaceful space and think, right, what were my actions? What did I say? What were their actions? What did they say? And then you look at it and think, right, well, I said what I did. I did what I did. They did this. Let's put a lid on it now and move forward, rather than sit on it for months and months. Did she say that? He said that. They said that. You know, and when you get the judgment card moment, you know, that you've got to see what happened from both sides and you've got to make a decision on it to move forward. It could be perhaps that you've done something wrong, said something wrong, and you just think, well, I honour that. I'm really sorry. It wasn't intended. How do I feel about that? It was not intended from a soul level. I just perhaps said something that was wrong and it came out the wrong way. Okay, that's fine. Don't sit there like, oh God, why did I do that? Why did I say that? That's why he left me. That's why she left me. Where does that serve? Where does it take you in this momentous energy we find ourselves in at the moment? Nowhere. It doesn't take you anywhere, darlings. And I'm not saying don't have a conscience. You know, if you have done something, then honour it, own it, apologise for it, rectify it, but don't hang on to it, you know, and make yourself feel bad about why you've done it and how you've done it. We all make mistakes, we're all human. That's what we've come down here for. You know, I haven't got it all right. Just because I connect where I do and what frequencies I connect with, it doesn't mean that I've come down here and said, yeah, I want to be a guru. I want to not have any illnesses. I don't want to have any losses. I don't want to have any emotion. I don't want to have any thought processes. I don't want this. I just want to ride through it. What's the point? I might as well stay up there. We're all human. We are spirit going through a human experience, but that human ecosystem has got to be in there. It's a fact of keeping it balanced so that it doesn't overwhelm your spirituality. It doesn't overwhelm your spiritual growth, your way of being. It's establishing the balance. And I think it's beautiful, and I feel very honoured to be a spiritual being held in this body for this experience. no matter how bad it gets. Because I see the bigger picture. I see Juliana's horizon. I don't look at the turbulent waves. I look to the future and say, right, the bigger picture is this. The bigger picture is I signed up for this. The bigger picture is I ask that I could be help to humanity during this time and take them through whatever I've been through and give them tips on how to go forward. And as I've mentioned it before, and every single person says this to me when they come and see me face to face, you know, at the events, they say, you helped me, you saved my life. No, I didn't. I didn't do anything apart from press the button, trust that this would reach the right people and give you signposts. It's down to you whether you walk that walk or take the signpost. It's up to you if you decide to do this. Honouring the heart chakra, it just makes you feel instant bliss. This, instant adrenaline, instant happiness, and you just smile as soon as you do it, and you don't know why, but it works. You know, it's all part of the beautiful people that have been put on this planet to show the hacks for the brain, if you like, and then they bring it out to humanity in their ways. It's just a brilliant way of doing it. I just feel like I want to laugh, and I feel like I've just been to a party, you know. So be responsible for how you carry yourself emotionally. Be responsible for how you carry yourself with other people. Be mindful of what energy you sit in, because you will attract that back even quicker. So if you do have ill intent, if you do have bad thoughts, potentially you could bring that back in. So people that haven't, have got no control over it, and I get it, depression, mental health issues, then you just try these other hacks to try and bring it as high as you can. And my heart goes out to you, because people don't realise, if you get a cut, you put plaster over it. If you've got a condition, you get medication for it. If you've got mental health, it is horrific, because there's nothing that can change that apart from you. Yes, there are medications to help it, but you've got to try everything to create an environment of happiness and contentment around you as much as you can, because mental health is just a little bitch. It really, really is. It's so hard to conquer when you're so used to having this illness in you, and you can't fight it. Bipolar, schizophrenia, all these kind of human ailments that take place whilst we're down on the earth plane. All I can say is try your best to create your own environment, your own sanctuary, and not allow yourself to be absorbed in it. Okay, Catherine's just coming in. Hang on, what is that? It don't look the nicest colour. So how this works is the imagery will be created. She will show me in my imagery, I'm seeing it now, me taking the cup that she's given me and me drinking it. So really what she's doing is, the imagery shows me drinking a cup, but all she's doing is sending the vibration of the frequency of what's within that cup into my soul. So I'm getting it, but I'm not drinking it like a human. It's like a green. So what have we got in there today, darling? I got that peppermint, yeah, cinnamon. Oh, licorice root. I don't know how this is going to taste, to be fair. I'll give it a go, though. Try and put real mint in if you can, like crushed leaves of mint. I'm not going to remember this. Peppermint, cinnamon, crushed mint leaves. Licorice root. Don't know what that does. Let me know in the comments below. I ain't got a clue. Yeah, don't drink it hot. Allow it to be hot, but then drink it at a tepid kind of, or warm temperature. Obviously mixed with, she prefers distilled water or filtered water, mixed with that with water. But you can eat licorice root or chew on it. I don't know what that does. I'm gonna have to Google it after this. I love it because I don't know shit. And then I literally Google it. I'm like, oh my fluffing God. It's like, shut the front door. You've just given me something and it's relevant for... What, do I remember when she told me to get raw ruby? And I'm like, didn't even know it existed. So I went into the crystal shop at Glastonbury. So have you got raw ruby? They went, yeah. I'm like, have you? Oh, okay. And it was for motivation, movement, and it was all when I was supposed to move home. It's just incredible. Your guides are so incredible. Please try everything you can to connect with your guides. They will carry you through this and give you everything you need. I'll tell you that now. I'll tell you that now. Yeah, okay. So please check with your medical people that you can take, if you're going to try this drink. I'm going to try it. It's supposed to taste like pants. She's put cinnamon, do you know, like the sticks? She's kind of done that and put them in. So you could put ground cinnamon in, I suppose. Goodness knows what this is going to taste like. But, you know, make sure, I'm not telling you to drink it. It's not a medical advice. I'm just sharing with you what I am being told by my guide for me to drink. And I'm going to give it a go. Isn't it beautiful? Thank you. If that was someone tapping. It's because I'm linking up, because I'm watching the imagery of me drinking this drink. Yeah, there are bits in it, so that's going to be the mint and the... I think she's given me cinnamon sticks that are just a bit crushed up. And the licorice rope. Yeah, so I would sieve it. Yeah, I'm going to use... I've got one of these teapots that you've got, like, the top bit is like a... I can't think now because I'm up there. Like a tea strainer. And so I put all my herbs and stuff... Hello? Who's that? Is that Catherine's energy crackling there? Hello, Catherine. Thank you. I think she crackles the energy a bit when she comes in. Don't you just bloody love it? Head's going now. Yeah, and then I just let it sit for 10 minutes in the water, because obviously water comes around it, and then it just does that. I've got some exciting news for you. I was going to keep my mouth shut, but I can't help it. It's starting. Karma is starting. And I've just placed my first order for crystal bottles. And they're completely different. I'll tell you more later on. And orca crystals, we've sourced them from ethically, beautifully sourced crystals from a wonderful man who just literally turned up. Thank you, universe. I know it would. Didn't think it'd happen this quick. But he's just turned up. And he's so passionate about Gaia's beautiful gifts that she's bestowed us. So it's starting. I hope you like the clothing, by the way. I've got mine packed. I still want to get my cap on. I bloody love that cap. Obviously, I've got the pink one with Nikki Allen written on it. But I'm going to ask for Just Keep Going one. I'm going to ask for all of it. I wished it was colder so I could put my hoodie on. But anyway, Darren is by our side recreating what we did, but just in a different state of being. So we will carry on doing what we were doing after a major hiccup of greed, betrayal and evilness. Nothing will ever, ever pull you down. You will rise like the phoenix. I am the phoenix. I am rising. And the human part had to heal. The human part had to reel from the events. But then your loved ones, your ancestors, the angel realms, they bring it back. And they say, yeah, that was rough, but look where you're going now, and look how you're serving your beautiful tribe. And I say, thank you, I love you, and I'm so proud of myself and my tribe for you taking the actions you do to go in the right direction. I don't want to get emotional, but I am. So, I hope this doesn't come out as a load of waffle. I really wanted to connect with you. But I knew I wasn't strong enough. That, well, it weren't me. They won't let me link up. They're letting me see Catherine. That's it. So they're like, no, you've just got to wait a few more days and then we can start telling you about the prophecies of the world. So God knows what's been going on since I've been away. But it's all good. So I just want to say it was beyond any expectation. The gifts, the love of you at MBS was overwhelming, and the times I cried with happiness and joy. Jill Layman, when you did that picture of Teddy Amir and the Phoenix, I'm like, oh my goodness, I am in Phoenix energy mixed with dragon energy at the moment, and that was just awesome. All of you, your gifts, I can't even, I've done a separate video on it anyway, haven't I? But I love you all. I can't, sometimes I have to pinch myself taking my throat chakra. Sometimes I have to pinch myself on how blessed I truly am on having such a beautiful tribe that are helping each other, reaching out to each other, and deciding to take that space of what can I do to help myself and better my human experience down here. So my throat chakra is starting to pull, so I'm gonna say goodbye now, rather reluctantly. And hopefully I'll be back on top to start seeing what's going on in the world. I'm missing it. Get my cards out. I haven't done anything. So I wish you so much love, my darlings. God bless. Stay well. And just keep repeating, I love myself. I love myself. Love is what's going to get you through everything in your life. Love you all. I'll speak to you again soon.